you know those people that get into relationships and then they just can't be an individual outside of the relationship?
Everyone.
Everyone. Facts, though. But yeah, no, you're right, though. It's like a thing. I think an important part of being in a relationship is being able to also be individuals and having your individual hobbies, having your individual friend groups, having your individual you time, having your space, and then being able to also enjoy things together and having together time and hanging out with your friends and their friends together. And there's just times where it's appropriate, times where it's not appropriate. And it drives me nuts when people get into relationships and then every single thing they do, this person has to be there. Even if it's not appropriate for the person to be there, they always have to bring them or invite them.
So what if you were on the other side of that and your boyfriend was asking you to come?
To come what? To girls' brunch or something?
Expected to go. How do you
He
draw the
got
line?
the wrong one because
Well, yeah,
he ain't
obviously.
coming.
But how do you draw
Like,
that line?
listen, babe.
Let's hear this.
Listen, cutie. Listen, guy.
Wow. It's definitely an unbalanced relationship.
I'm going to go have some time with the girls. I'm going to go hang out with my friends. I'm going to have some me time. I think it's healthy that we have our own space.
Oh, that's sus. Oh, that sounds so sus.
Okay, what would be the appropriate response
way to approach
then for
that?
you? Yes, go ahead. Since you
I don't know. I'm interested
like
in
to
hearing
label what I'm saying as sus, let's hear what you got.
For the most part, do you trust your friends, your significant other's main friends? You generally shouldn't.
Here's the thing: a big part of this comes with insecurity.
It does, but
being
at the
an
same
insecure person and not trusting your significant other to hang out with their friends without you.
You start saying, "Oh, it's girls' night. We need some time apart." It instantly goes to sus.
Like, why does everybody gotta think it's suspect?
Because it's 90% of the time it is.
No, see, that's a bad attitude.
Is it a bad attitude? Is it realistic? Let's be realistic. We could have
it's
an
a bad
entire
attitude.
show about relationships. I could bring in a line, 50 girls, 100 girls, whatever. The majority of them are gonna
because
agree.
A lot of people are
Same with the
insecure.
guy.
Because a lot of people are insecure. That's
But
why.
people, regardless of insecure, a lot of people are. That's the point. People are suspect. People, you can't trust people.
Fine, I'll give you that.
You can't trust people.
You know what I have to say to that? Pandemic's a good time to be with yourself, folks. It's good to be comfortable with being able to be alone because then when you do meet somebody that you find worthy of being in a relationship with, you're less likely to form that codependency. You don't need somebody there to fill that space, so you're not gonna rely on this person, or you're not gonna let this person walk all over you, or you're not gonna stay with this person maybe when you necessarily shouldn't because they're filling in this loneliness.
Right.
Knowing who you are enough where you don't get lost in that relationship, where you don't get lost into that other person, where you don't compromise so much of yourself that you're staying in something that isn't good for you anymore, or doing unhealthy things. Some people can't be alone.
Right, they don't have that balance.
Yeah, and not even just with relationships, but with friendships, with family. They always have to have somebody around. They always have to be doing something with someone, people around, out, and about. They just can't sit and be alone with themselves. And obviously there's something deeper there. And it's not easy. It's a hard thing to do. But I feel like people get stuck in these situations where they're dating somebody they completely hate. And I'm like, why? Why are so many people in these miserable, codependent relationships, and they're letting people treat them horribly, and they could just walk away? And a lot of times they don't. And it's because people rather be miserable with somebody else than alone, It's
like a chair, a tripod. You need 3 legs to stand. You need that support. If all the supports are tied to that person, when they leave, your supports fall out from under you. And now you're screwed. You got to start back wherever you were. You got to go back, rock bottom, whatever it is. And the one thing I always tell people is, like, from my experience, definitely set yourself up. So if a person leaves or it just doesn't work out or you grow apart, you're not going back to square one.
Right.
You don't have to now discover who you are.
Right.
When I hear people be like, oh, I just got out of this serious relationship, I have to find myself. where were you?
Right.
Where was
You should have
Waldo?
knew who you
What
were.
happened, cuz?
Right. Where was you should have, but seriously, you should have knew who you
Right.
were before you entered that relationship. And that's an important part of having
And that's why,
a successful relationship is you both know who you are
but
going
that's
into it.
out here dating, that's very intimidating for people.